Mr. Secretary, let me address this to you. There are some rumors out there that the President may overturn Space Command regarding the basing decision. I guess my question to you, what is your recommendation to the President, and why would the President overturn that decision?
Congressman, I have no indication that the President's going to do anything with regard to that decision. Secretary Austin delegated it to me, and that's where it stays today.
Okay. And and what was your recommendation to the President?
I haven't made a recommendation. I haven't made a decision. We're still in the process of doing some analysis.
Okay. Well, according to a GAO report, the basing concern comes from the operational capacity timeline or capability timeline. Interestingly, this concern appeared in January of 2021. The same month, the Air Force released a decision memorandum to move Space Command to Redstone. Furthermore, Space Force suddenly offered to reduce civilian numbers from 1,000 to 500, allowing Colorado to reach a full operational capability more quickly by renovating infrastructure rather than building new infrastructure. And to me, it seems convenient that the basing rules changed upon Redstone's selection. Can you explain to the committee why the U.S. Space Command, upon the imminent decision to move the command to Redstone, lowered the personnel from 1,000 to 500, giving Colorado a clear advantage at the cost of significant risk of readiness?
First of all, the size of the Space Command has not decreased. There was some discussion of that possibility in the previous administration. But one of the things that I did after we completed the two independent reviews was to ensure that the requirements had not fundamentally changed, and consulted with General Dickinson about that. If the requirement had changed as dramatically as those numbers would indicate, we'd probably have to redo the entire base selection process. We have not done that. We've taken the results, and given that a year at that time when I started this had passed over a year, we had to recheck a number of things and address some of the concerns that the GAO and the IG raised. So there have been a number of steps that have been taken. I can't get into the details of that, but I'd be happy to do it once we make the decision and explain all the things that have happened in the process.
But there was an offer to reduce the civilian numbers from 1,000 to 500. Is that correct?
There was a discussion of that possibility in the previous administration, but that has not happened. That's not that the requirement has not been reduced by those numbers.
It was not reduced. It was not reduced. Is that what you're saying? It was
not reduced
on the civilian side.
The requirement is roughly as it originally was.
There was some changes, though?
A small change up, actually. It's on the order of 1,500 people total for the headquarters.
How the department failed to consider operational capabilities importance in the basing from 2018 to 2021?
Operational capability and mission performance is one of the fundamental things we look at in every basing decision. What was raised in this case was the disruption of possibly having to move the headquarters and delay in full operational capability. So in the analysis we've been doing, we've taken all that into account.
Oh, but I'm correct in that, and the initial recommendation that came forward was that Redstone was the place that was chosen was recommended.
If you look at the IG and the GAO reports, there was a recommendation of Huntsville, and there were a couple of iterations after that. The report's heavily redacted, so I'm not sure exactly what's in the public domain in the report. But anyway, we basically have taken into account the two independent reviews that were done, ensured that the requirements were valid, and reevaluated based on any changed circumstances that occurred. Under the NEPA process, we're allowed to do that. So that's the process that's been ongoing for roughly a year now.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.